One of the secrets to exposure for your business lies within supporting Black businesses and entrepreneurs. And that is why the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce is here, to connect Black businesses from the desert to the sea. Let's join hands to empower and sustain our community. By becoming a member of the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce, you can grow your business and increase your clientele. With our innovation, we'll generate new businesses and get new customers. And we'll connect new mindsets with businesses from across Southern California to help bridge the wealth gap. Let's connect, build, and grow together. Join us now at blackchamberofcommerce.org.
And hello, and welcome to MyTueSense. Good morning, good evening, and good night. I am your host. I am Debra Mcglothurn, and this is my show, MyTueSense. MyTueSense is about topics that I feel that are necessary to have conversations about. Something that I like to say that it's a way of encouraging through exposure. So I like to share ideas, thoughts, feelings, situations that I feel that we need to talk about, we need to think about, we need to consider. And that's what MyTueSense is about. I'm a mother, daughter, sister, cousin, auntie. I have a master's in business administration. I have a bachelor's in business, and I have degrees on the wall. I have 5 kids that have given me degrees that you'll never see on the wall. Fix that. So I have degrees that my children have given me that you'll never see on the wall. But you'll learn more and you'll get to know more about them as we go through MyTueSense topics and podcasts through the coming weeks and months. So with that being said, though, if you have any topics that you would like for me to take on, just share them with me. You can either leave a comment in the video, in the live. You can leave a comment. There's an email on the screen, milenoble@gmail.com. So you can email me there. I will get it. If you would like to come and be a guest on the show, you can message me as well. And the same thing, send it to my email, send a message on in the comments, just whatever. But like I said, if you have a topic of conversation that you would like for me to discuss, just share it and we'll get on to it. So the topic for the day, and I hadn't even posted it, so nobody knows what the topic for the day is. But the topic for the day is the China Cabinet Dusties. What is that about? And we're going to get right back into that as soon as we come back from this commercial break.
Business owners are raving about the new talk show, Strictly Business with host Rich Wallace. Tune in as the top experts in business share their success stories, strategies, guidance, and advice to help you grow your business. With guests from the top companies to your favorite influencers, Strictly Business with host Rich Wallace is the show to watch for all things business. Our conversations are strictly business. We discuss new funding options, new business initiatives, best business practices, all things business explained. We provide you with the tips you need for your business, all in one morning business talk show. Be sure to tune in. Are you a business owner? Do you have a story to share? Are you able to help our audience? Then we want you on Strictly Business with host Rich Wallace. Visit the website at edgetvnetwork.net and select Be a Guest to schedule your appearance today.
And we're back. I forgot to tell you guys, my little tagline that I always include in my introduction when I come in is that my 2 cents is about me sharing my 2 cents. But I share my 2 cents, you share your 2 cents, and hopefully together we can make some sense and make some minute changes in our lives and in the lives of the people around us. So moving right along, again, the topic for the day is the China Cabinet Dusties. And before we even get into that, I want to say, because today is my baby girl's birthday. She turned 25 today. So I want to say Happy birthday to Sophia. Okay, my sweet pea. She turned 25 today, and it's just crazy when you go back through the years and how quickly the time passes. But she's 25 years old today, and she said something the other day that that was kind of eye-opening for me. We were going out, taking my grandson out for lunch when he was visiting, and she was like, "Mom, would you feel so?" She's like, "I know you look at me different from the other kids because they're grown, they're older." And she actually is 17 years younger than my oldest child. But my daughter above her is like 6.5 years older than her, and then my son is another 3 years, and another 3 years, and then the other one is 4 years. So it's a span spaced out between them. But she's 25 and she's doing good, and I'm super proud of her. But she was like, "I know you look at me differently from the rest of the kids because they're grown." And I'm like, "Girl, you grown." But anyway, moving right along. Just help me to wish my baby girl happy birthday. So you guys tell Sophia, or don't call her Sweet Pea, please. Don't call her Sweet Pea. That is my name for her. I got in trouble allowing somebody to call her Sweet Pea, so we're not doing that, okay? Um, so back in the day, I guess not even necessarily back in the day, but how many of you all have your parents had china cabinets and you guys had your dishes and glasses and stuff in the china cabinet that you only pulled out for special occasions? And those special occasions almost never came around, right? So most of the time, those the dishes in the china cabinet were collecting dust. That's like also having the furniture way back in the day with the plastic over it, and you couldn't sit on it, and all of this stuff, right? They kept the room dark. Nobody used the living room, that kind of thing. But the china cabinet, for me, I looked at it differently. For me, is like, I like the philosophy of we use what we have while we can. So I'm more practical. I'm looking, more at having a practical use of things. But I had a china cabinet, and it was for display purposes. It was for display purposes. But we would just pull the dishes out of the china cabinet, set the table for fancy dinner, whatever. There was a time that we would have fancy Sunday dinners, and most of the time it would be like, we're just going to have some pasta and some salad, some garlic bread, a dessert, maybe some pound cake, and we'll have some lemonade or some kind of drink, but we will drink the drink out of like the wine glasses or something like that. Just make it super special just because, right? Just because. So when you're looking at the stuff that's in the china cabinet and you're not ever using those things, how does that work? How does that, how do you enjoy that? It's like, it's collecting dust. So it's sitting there more than it's not. Even if you pulled it out occasionally for a special occasion, how often was that? It didn't happen very often. So, and even with that, so how often are we even eating together? You got somebody that's eating in the bedroom, somebody's eating in the kitchen, somebody's at the dining table, somebody's in the living room in front of the TV. How often are we even eating together? I think it's a great time when you can gather for meals and just have conversations about whatever. And it shouldn't be a chore to eat together. It shouldn't be a chore to sit down and talk. And you just don't know how much you will learn about what's going on in their day, what's happening with them, how they're doing, laughing, talking. Sometimes it's serious, sometimes it's not serious. But how often is it that you get to sit down, have dinner together, and just, enjoy one another's company? Now, I have I spent some time with some of my grandbabies last week, And we sat together at the dining room table. But often, even with me, it's like I get them ready, I get them in there and going, but I still not finished with mine. So they're already started eating, and they're almost, well, not really almost done because they was eating so slow. But it's like if it was an adult and I'm fixing food for them, I want to get their stuff first rather than serving us both at the same time. I think I should, work better toward doing that so we actually get that full time together, versus they're halfway done by the time I sit down. But I think it's just a really good time to spend time together, to have conversations, to learn what's going on in your day. And I'm getting a call, and she's called me like 3 times. Oh my gosh. Let's take a commercial break, and I will come right back.
Good news for the Southern California business community. Now you can add your business to the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce Business Directory complimentary. We have been working tirelessly to build a list of Black-owned enterprises in Southern California. This is an excellent way for you to be a part of an expansive network and find your ideal customers, business partners, and vendors. So don't waste time. Visit blackchamberofcommerce.org today and add your business today.
Okay, and we are back. So I just put out an SOS for my daughter to make a phone call and find out what's going on. So let's see, what was I saying? Oh, about sitting down and eating together. But, I think that we kind of get lost in, because you're not talking to each other. You're not really knowing what's going on. You don't know how to bring up conversations. Sometimes you want to have conversation. Sometimes you have topics that you really need to talk about, and you don't really find the time to do that. And it's hard to find the time because this one's going this way, that one's going that way. So when you actually have that time where you can share and you spend time together, you can do that. And if you're eating together, you're sitting down eating together, that actually makes that moment one of those times where we know we're going to have dinner. I'll talk to them about it at dinner, right? So want to do that. Also, I think that, I didn't go over my notes before I before I got started, so it looks like I kind of did a misprint. But one of the things that I saw something on Facebook or on one of the social media, and they were talking about people in their special clothes, right? So it's like you have these clothes and you have these special clothes and they're in the closet and you haven't worn them in forever or waiting for a special occasion or something to wear it to. But it was like, pick a random old Tuesday and wear something that you want to wear just because you want to wear it. It doesn't matter. Or create a special occasion. Make a dinner. One of the things I used to do with my kids, like for their birthdays, or it didn't even have to be for a birthday. It's just because if I wanted to do something, if I had an idea of something that I wanted to experience, I would always make that an experience, not just for me, but for whomever, anybody that's going on, in my family, my friends, couples, singles, it didn't matter. I remember putting together a Hawaiian luau, and it wasn't for any special occasion. It was just because. And I went through making the grass skirts, and we had the pineapple and the salmon and the decorations, the tiki torches, all of that stuff going on. So when we were when I was thinking about as far as what we can do with this, creating special occasions, I think that's a lot of ways where we have, like the tea parties. We're going to have a tea. Everybody gets to dress up. So when I did the luau, everybody dressed up, it was like, it takes you into another place. It's like with the kids and they're playing dress up, using their imaginations. Using their imagination and just getting into the moment, like even with the fashion shows that I was in, I told you guys about that I was in recently. When you get in the fashion show, you go into another time capsule, like the theme parties that they have the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the roaring 20s, whatever it is. It just kind of makes you get into it, and it's like playing dress up. And I think even with the dishes and stuff that you have in the china cabinet, that's the same thing that you do with that. Create those special occasions. Today, we're going to have, I don't know, on our Sundays, like I said, we would have something like, this was the fancy Sundays, because, we'd like the soul food Sundays too, when we're having, Sunday dinner, which is different from the fancy Sunday, right? Because the Sunday dinner, you want the greens and the cornbread and the macaroni and cheese and all the things. I love to eat some Southern food, some soul food. But, and people gather around food. So create something special, a special occasion, just because that doesn't make sense, does it? I said, create a special occasion just because. But it's a just because event that makes it a special occasion, because we're doing something different. You're doing something special. You're doing something fancy. You're doing something creative. You're doing something that's, that makes you have to put an outfit together, right? I remember doing COVID, and I was doing MyTueSense back then. One of the things that I would do, because I was always trying to, encourage people. I've been doing that for a minute, right? Just trying to encourage people, having them to do some things different, having them to think some things different. So I had this thing where I encouraged everyone to have Glamour Girl Thursday, Glamour Guy Thursday. We weren't going anywhere because it was COVID. We had to stay inside. We weren't going out. We weren't having big parties or doing mass events or whatever. But I had Glamour Girl Thursday, Glamour Guy Thursday, when it was just do it just because. Because we're going to get on here. We're going to share our pictures. We're going to take pictures of ourselves. We're going to take our selfies. We're going to show our outfit for the day, right? Just some reason to get up and put clothes on, because during that time we were barely wearing clothes. It was like you're wearing your pajamas all day long because you're not going anywhere. So that was one of the things that I did back then, just get you to do something different. Let's see. I like dressing. I like playing dress up. I don't know about you guys, but I like playing dress up and putting on things and doing the theme parties. I think that's one of the reasons why I really like the idea of hosting my own events, putting them together, because I have a lot of themes that I would like to do and get the community involved and engaged with, just because it's just fun. I think that so many people are lonesome and lonely and don't have, maybe they don't have the creativity of, putting something together like that, or maybe they just don't have the, friends or family. Because one of the reasons that I hadn't done a whole lot of events and stuff was because I'm out here, it's me and my daughter, and I have friends all around the country, and I have friends here, but I stay in a small little group. My circle is small, put it that way. I know a lot of people know me because I'm always out. I'm always taking pictures. I'm always at events. I'm always going to be nice to you. But for me to say, do I have 10 people that I will call to come to a party today? Maybe, but whatever it is, just do it. It doesn't even matter. It just do it. Like one of my birthday a couple of years ago, I always loved to play. So I wanted to go out to the park and play games. I'm big on just, let's go out and be a big kid. That's basically what it is. So I guess the parties and the dressing up, that's like being a big kid too, right? So I wanted to go out and had these games and stuff that would go out to play at the park. I had all kind of stuff. We played volleyball and games, and I was just inviting people to come. It was just a matter of come and go, come and just enjoy. That was one of the reasons that I was so excited about the kickball. Just come and enjoy, have a good time. As an adult, it's okay for you to have a good time. You don't have to be sitting on the couch, be like a bump on the log. I'm 63 years old, and I'm definitely not old. Y'all might be old, but I'm not old. But create some time, some space for you to explore and do some things different, and share some experiences and get in touch with your friends and your family, and maybe even have a time where somebody you haven't talked to in a long time. It's like, have a tea party, like, hey guys, I want you guys to come over, we're gonna because we need to play catch up. Sometimes you need to play catch up, and who's going to be responsible for that? We're waiting for somebody else to do it, right? No, you do it. Don't wait for somebody else to do it. You can put on an event. You can put on a special occasion. You could make a special occasion. When I saw the social media thing and they were talking about the fancy clothes, the special clothes, and you didn't have anything to wear, and they were like, just put it on. Go strutting down the street, down the sidewalk, down the mall, whatever it is, in your fancy clothes. Because where are you going to wear them? If you're not going to wear them, what's the point in having them, right? So then it's get to the point where I never wore it and now I can't fit it. We don't like that, right? So just enjoy what it is you have. Be practical. You have a practical use of things. If it's there, use it, put it to use, find a reason to use it. Find a reason to use your favorite blanket or to use your favorite dishes. My daughter's birthday is today, right? So last night I wanted to just make it special for her when she woke up, right? Since she works overnight, so her daytime is in the middle of the night. So I wanted to fix it up where when she got up in the middle of the night, that it would be something special. So I set the table.
Success leaves clues.
What happened? So I set the table with dishes. I actually got one of the things that she got for her birthday was a new set of dishes in her favorite color. And I set the table. I had her gifts all laid out in gift bags, and I had the candles burning, just all the little things, right? So when she got up, when I woke her up at midnight, because we had this thing where midnight, I had this big jar, the big jar animal crackers like they would have at Sam's Club. So the way that this started, us doing this, it was like back in the, I want to say, it was early 2000s, it had to be. But we had this great big old jar of animal crackers. And in the inside of the jar of animal crackers, I had this metal bowl. So the crackers were down to like this much crackers left in there and this metal bowl in there. But when you shook it, it made a really, really loud noise. This is probably back in, 2010, 2011, something like that. And so it was one of the kids' birthday, and I think it was Victoria's birthday, my older daughter. So I took the jar of animal crackers at midnight and into her room, and I'm shaking this thing and shaking these cookies around, and because there's not a lot of cookies in there, but there's this metal bowl in there and all this space in this big plastic container, it was loud. It was super loud. So I woke her up, and that just became a thing for the midnight wake up on your birthday. So we're going to make some noise. We're going to make some noise. We're going to make some noise because it's your birthday. Let's celebrate your birthday. I like to celebrate people's birthdays because it's like, this is your special day, right? So I had it all laid out. I had the candles burning, and I was so sleepy. I'm looking at my watch. It's 11:30. Almost quarter till. Man, I was so sleepy. I was just fighting, trying to stay up. I had some show that was just on the TV and I was just trying to stay awake. So when it finally became midnight, I went prancing in there and I dived on her bed. I didn't have the big jar of cookies, nothing to make noise like that. I didn't pull it together. I could have, I guess, if I really put my mind to it. But I just jumped on her on the bed, basically dragged her out of bed. You want to open one of your presents? Come on in. You got to come in here. So she didn't know anything about me doing the candles and the decorations and the gifts or any of that kind of stuff. She had gotten one of the gifts while I was out of town, and I told her it was fine. She can open them up. So she had opened up her dishes already. And but the other gifts I had, in gift bags, and she didn't know anything about them. And there was one other one that I wanted to get for her, but I tweaked it. I'm going to still get it for her later though. So she comes out and she's looking like, oh, and she had gotten from one of her friends a birthday candle. And so when I lit all the candles, I lit all of them except that one. It was a brand new candle and it said happy birthday. I didn't want to light that one. I'm like, let her light her birthday candle on her birthday. So I put the matches beside the candle. She came out and she was like, oh, sleep in her eyes, whatever. She was halfway awake because I had saw that she had messaged in our group chats where somebody had already told her happy birthday. But she came out there and she was surprised and she opened all her gifts. I was going to let her just open one and you could, open some of the rest of them throughout the day. But I was like, it's really up to you. Whatever. If you want to open them all now, you can open them all now, which she did. And then we both went to bed because I was tired. She was tired, but I was just like, just put the effort in. People appreciate the effort that you put in. Most people appreciate the effort that you put in. There are some people that, they're in their own way, they're in their own head, they're in no space, they're in their own bubble, and there's nothing you can do about that, right? But for the most part, people appreciate the things that you do. So just do it. If there's something that you have in mind that you want to do, just do it. We're going to be right back to a commercial break, and we're going to chat a little bit more.
And excellence leaves a legacy. Join leaders, entrepreneurs, professionals, and visionaries from across Southern California for the Black Excellence Business Summit 2026, presented by the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce, Long Beach chapter, on Friday, August 21st, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Connect with influential business leaders, discover new opportunities, build powerful relationships, and gain valuable insights to elevate your career, business, and community impact. Then, the celebration continues with an unforgettable casino night on Saturday, August 22nd, from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. Experience an evening of networking, entertainment, gaming, prizes, and purpose aboard the historic Queen Mary in Long Beach.
Every ticket helps support the youth-build organization, empowering young people ages 16 through 24 with opportunities in education, leadership development, workforce training, and lifelong success. Best of all, come build connections. The Black Excellence Business Summit and Casino Night 2026 at the Queen Mary Long Beach,
where excellence meets opportunity, and together we build the next generation of leaders.
Register today
and be part of the movement.
And we're back. I am looking forward to the business summit on the Queen Mary. I've never even been on the Queen Mary. So that's going to be exciting for me. You guys should come out. She did post the information on the screen. So, and I'm sure she'll do it again before we leave for the night. But make sure that you tap into the events that are going on locally. One moment.
Are you ready to change your life? Let us help you. At Youth Build Charter School, you can get a high school diploma and kickstart your dream career in no time. We offer high school diploma programs in construction, CNA, military, college, and entrepreneurship. If you are between the age of 16 and 24 and you want to manage your studies with a job, recover your credits, or graduate early, we can help you achieve your dream. Call us at 1-888-395-4408 or visit youthbuildinlandempire.org.
Okay, and we're back. I'm borrowing someone else's office, so they needed it for a moment and they kept talking to me. So I was like, okay, let me go see what this is about. But what we were talking about today is the China cabinet dusties, right? Take those dishes out, use them. Don't wait for a special occasion. Make a special occasion. So create something that you can go crazy with. You know, when you're using your creativity and you're coming up with things, the more things you think about, the more things you come up with, more ideas that come to you. I remember when I was writing my book of poetry, I actually brought my books today. I said I was going to share them with you guys. But when I was writing this book, the first book that I published, it's called 60 Days of Poetry. And I don't know if that's going to look backwards to you guys. But when I was writing this book, in that time, I had ideas of other books that I wanted to write because of particular things that I was doing with this and in here. Some of the pieces that I wrote prompted me to write something else or for a whole nother project. It's like when you get involved in doing something, when you start planning one thing, it leads you to planning something else and something else and something else. And as long as you keep feeding into that and doing those things, it's going to open your mind and your imagination and your creativity for you to explore and do some other things. So the more that you do, the more that you want to do, the more that you learn, the more that you want to learn, the more that you run, the more that you want to run, because the more that you do it, you can learn to appreciate what you get out of it. Sometimes it's not just about the running. It's about having that space and that time and the piece of whatever it is for you to enjoy and get involved in whatever's going around you, or be in your head about something that, you needed to pause and think on. So it's good to try new things and do new things. And like I said, one of the challenges that I have for you guys that's out there, every challenge that I give you, don't disappear. They're always there. So there is one of the challenges that I gave to you guys as far as doing something that you've never done before. When's the last time that you've done something for the first time? Right? So do that. Create ideas, create special occasions, create reasons for you to pull those dishes out of the china cabinet or etagere or the cabinet, wherever it is that you have your dishes that you quote unquote don't really use except for special occasions. Create a special occasion. We're going to have candlelight dinner tonight. Special occasion, right? Just because special occasion. And you can do that and make it happen. Wearing your outfits, wearing something that you bought for a special occasion on a just because some random Thursday. Just create something that you can experience and someone else can experience perhaps. She also does have the QR code on the screen, and you can see that as well. And it will give you the links to the different events and stuff that we have going on with the chamber. I encourage you to tap into that. because we'd like to see you at the events. And I'm meeting so many people. I had so much stuff going on the last couple of weeks, from being in and out of town, and just dealing with whatever the stuff that I'm dealing with, but still meeting new people, having new experiences, laughing, talking, sharing, caring, learning about other events, and just going outside, kind of getting outside of the comfort zone and doing some things different, seeing some things different, going into some different spaces. Sunday was Father's Day. So let me just say to the fathers out there, happy Father's Day, happy belated Father's Day. You're able to spend time with your friends and your family. They showed you some love. And you got to spend some time with your kids if you have any. And my dad passed some years ago, and I really missed him this Father's Day. And it's like this happens like just randomly wherever, where I'm really missing my dad. But this Father's Day, I really missed him a lot. And I was kind of saying to myself, I think that a lot of times when I'm tired, or when I'm lonely or lonesome, or when I'm just like I had a guy that reached out to me that, we were talking before I went out of town, and I wasn't really reaching out to him while I was out of town. And I had been back in town for almost a week, right? And he called me, but I had so many things just going on that if my phone rang, if someone was calling me or messaging me, for the most part, I would answer my phone. But I just wasn't picking up my phone to just reach out to people because I was tired. I was mentally tired. While I was in Georgia, I was going to bed. I was getting up in the morning based on the Georgia time. So I may be up at 6:30 in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning, which is 4 o'clock California time. And then when I would go to bed, I'm going to bed on California time. So midnight here in California is 3 o'clock in the morning in Georgia. And so I was doing that. I was up on Georgia time, going to bed on California time. And, that's like burning the candle at both ends. And I was just exhausted. Just the running around, the time change, all the different stuff that I had going on, the ripping, the running, the mental, the paperwork and stuff that I had to deal with, the contracts, and just different little stuff that I'm working on. It was just going. And so I hadn't reached out to him, and so he reached out, and I'm like, it wasn't personal or anything like that. I was just tired. And sometimes that's what it is with people. They're just, in their own bubble of whatever it is that they got going. And sometimes you have to take that time for yourself. And what I encourage people to do, to get out and share and reach out to most people, because most people, they don't have that. They don't have where they're reaching out to people and they're just exhausted from all the stuff that they're doing. Most of it is just that they don't reach out because they don't think to reach out. Sometimes they don't want to reach out. Sometimes it's like, we fell out. And why did you fall out? Why did you fall out? You probably don't even know why you fell out with somebody that you fell out with. And that's crazy sometimes. It's like, I know we got into it, but I don't remember what the argument was about. A lot of times it's not necessarily about what it was, is more so as who it was. Like, you did this, you hurt me. I didn't think that you would do that. I didn't feel like you would ever, cross that line or whatever. And a lot of times it's misunderstanding. It's not nothing major. It's usually just something that we could have talked through. We could have gotten to the other side of. Just take the time to do that. Take your moments when you need your moments, but when it's not a time when you just need that moment, reach out to people. I'm sure they would appreciate it. Today we were talking about the China Cabinet Dusties, and it's about creating experiences, and that's living life, just doing some things that you wouldn't necessarily do because you're waiting for a special occasion or to be invited. You don't have to wait till you get invited. You create something yourself. You do something, or you show up. You want to do something? My daughter is going to a concert next week. What's today? This week. She's going to a concert this week. And I was like, oh, who are you going to the concert with? She's like, I'm going by myself. I'm like, by yourself? Now, I am not the one to be talking about somebody doing stuff by yourself, because I'm always doing stuff by myself. But she normally is doing it with someone, going somewhere with someone. She's like, I wanted to go. And none of my friends wanted to go. So she went anyway. I remember a time where this was my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law. They were going to an event together. And for some reason, my mother-in-law was not able to make this event. So because she couldn't make the event, she expected my sister-in-law not to go to the event either. But my sister-in-law is like, no, I'm going. She's like, I'm going. Just because you cancel doesn't mean I cancel. So if you have something that you want to do, something somewhere that you want to go, and you need to go by yourself, go by yourself. You afraid to go by yourself? Go by yourself. Sometimes you just go by yourself. It's okay to get somebody to go and do things with you, but sometimes it's okay to just do it by yourself. And that probably sounds contradictory, because I'm always trying to get people to reach out and connect and be in each other's spaces, just to remind each other that we care about you. I love you. You mean something to me. You have somebody to talk to, all those kind of things. But there are times when you just need to look out for who you are and what you need mentally, physically, emotionally. And that's okay too. I just wanted you to have a healthy balance of all of that. When I talk about my mantra, HHFP, happy, healthy, fit, and productive, it's all about having a balance in life. Everything that I do, I'm looking for balance. If I'm looking at drawing a picture, I'm looking for balance. I designed the cover on this book. I was looking for balance as far as the color, the fonts, the letters, all of that stuff, right? I don't know how I can get that. Now, this one here, this is one of the other books. Let's see if you guys can see that. But looking for balance, just another, sometimes it's just a pop of color. I guess, okay, there you go. That was a little better. But it's like everything that I do, whether it's writing, whether it's drawing, whether it's living life, I want to balance. I want to laugh. I want to play. I want to be serious. I want to have those serious conversations. I want to eat. When you look at my plate, I want my plate to be colorful. I want it to have a variety of foods. I don't want to just eat rice. I want some green, some red, some yellow. And to me, that's just about living life and enjoying life. When I was at the golf tournament last week, and I was on the golf cart, and I'm riding around on the golf cart. I'm going around taking pictures at this event, right? And these birds were following me. They're like zipping and zooming and fa-la-la-la-lying along with me while I'm driving in this car. And I was like, I feel like Alice in Wonderland. It's like, and I stopped and I pulled out my camera to record them, because one, I wasn't sure if I was safe. And two, I just thought that it was really interesting. And I know that birds, there's something good energy about people that birds are willing to come around and be around. So I had that in the back of my head. The wind was blowing and I'm driving this golf cart, and I know my dog, he loves it when the wind's blowing. So maybe the birds just like the wind too, but they were just swooping and swirling. This guy told me it was swallows and they do that. But I just enjoyed that. It was sunshine. It was nice. It was actually kind of cold at that moment. It did get nice later, but just taking those little moments. I love to hear the birds singing. Something that I read the other day was saying when the birds are singing, they feel safe. And if you're around them, you should feel safe as well. When the birds stop singing, it's like when the animals are quiet, you need to find out what's going on because something is happening, right? So if there's just silence, because there's always some kind of noise. So if the crickets aren't chirping, the birds aren't singing, the dogs aren't barking or whatever, something is going on. You need to check it out. Be cautious. And when a dog is stopping you from going somewhere, it's crazy. They know, they saw, they hear it, they know that's not safe. Pay attention to that. Don't be just dragging a dog. Sometimes when I take Rocky out, he's ready. We have this route that we go, and we'll go all the way to this particular fence, turn around, and we'll come back. And sometimes he doesn't want to go all the way to the fence. He'll stop and he looks at me and he's like, he's not barking, he's not making any sound. He's just looking at me like I can read his mind. Let's turn around and go back home. I don't want to go that far. And it's crazy when I stand there and look at him. I was like, okay, are we going to go this way? Are we going to go this way? And usually he's ready to go home. So we go home. Like, you ready to go home? I'm ready to go home. Let's go home. But pay attention to the dog, to the animals. They have an instinct that needs to be studied. I'm sure somebody is studying it, but pay attention to that. It makes a difference. So like I said, this is my 2 cents, and hopefully you've enjoyed my conversation. You enjoyed the topics, and periodically I will share topics from previous podcasts that I've done on my 2 cents, just to give you little excerpts here and there, little clips here and there, which I will also do that, just to remind you, live life, enjoy your people, reach out to your people, say the things that need to be said, share whatever it is in you that you have, that you feel that is worth sharing. Sometimes we're in our own heads and feel like what we're doing, nobody cares about. That's not true. There are a lot of people that would care about what it is that you're doing, what it is that you're involved in. You just have to share it. Let them know what it is. Let them know that it is, and let them know that you're open to sharing. Because you never know. Sometimes they're interested and sometimes they're not interested. And you can probably tell pretty quickly whether they're interested or not. And I'm one of those, okay, I'm talking to you, not listening, I'm gonna stop talking. But for the most part, they're interested in what it is you got going on, especially if it's somebody that you're just getting to know, because they don't know about you. They don't know how you come up with these ideas, how you do this thing that you do, or how you got involved in some of the stuff that you get involved in. It's like the careers that we have today, you got there some kind of way. There was some story, something that happened, some reason why you are in that space that you're in today, whether it's your parents did it, whether it's you wanted to do this because of X, Y, Z, you've always been interested in it. There's always a story to what it is that you do. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do any of that kind of stuff. There's a story behind that. And it's like, if you're open to share your story, there are people out there that's open to hearing your story. And there are probably more people that want to hear your story than not. So don't keep it to yourself. Share. Anyway, this is my 2 cents. Again, I am Debra Mcglothurn. And with this podcast, I like to share my 2 cents, let you share your 2 cents, and perhaps together we can make some sense and make some minute changes in our lives and in the lives of those people around us. Again, dust off those dishes, keep that china cabinet or that etagere, and make those special occasions make a special occasion out of a random Thursday. Use those fancy dishes. I am Debra Mcglothurn. This is My 2 Cents, and I will see you next.
One of the secrets to exposure for your business lies within supporting Black businesses and entrepreneurs. And that is why the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce is here to connect Black businesses from the desert to the sea. Let's join hands to empower and sustain our community. By becoming a member of the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce, you can grow your business and increase your clientele. With our innovation, we'll generate new businesses and get new customers. And we'll connect new mindsets with businesses from across Southern California to help bridge the wealth gap. Let's connect, build, and grow together. Join us now at blackchamberofcommerce.org.